Ever had that feeling? Maybe picking up an old guitar and your fingers just sort of know where to go.
Oh, definitely. Or like getting back into a sport after ages and thinking, wow, okay, some of that is still there.
Exactly. It's this really fascinating thing our bodies do. So today we're doing a deep dive into what people usually call muscle memory.
Right. And look, lots of people think muscle memory is just, skills, riding a bike, playing piano, that sort of thing.
Yeah, the usual example.
But what we're going to unpack today is actually much broader. We're talking about how your body, like down to the cellular level, seems to hold on to a memory of strength, of health, even just basic movement patterns.
Mhm. So our goal here is really to explore for you how the body retains these, let's say, blueprints for well-being.
Yeah, blueprints is a good way to put it.
So if you're maybe thinking about starting exercise again, or you're coming back from being sick, or maybe just feeling a bit stuck, hopefully this gives you some really powerful insights
Yeah.
and maybe some motivation too.
Absolutely. It's about understanding that built-in resilience we all have.
Okay, so let's get into the nuts and bolts then, the biology. When we say muscles remember, what's like actually happening?
Okay, inside our muscle fibers, there are these tiny, tiny things called myonuclei.
Myonuclei.
Okay. Yeah. You can basically think of them as little command centers for each bit of muscle fiber. Now, here's a really cool part.
Okay.
When you exercise, especially strength training, and your muscles grow, you don't just make the fibers bigger, you actually add more of these command centers, more myonuclei.
Ah, okay. So you're building more infrastructure, sort of.
Exactly. And crucially, when you stop training, even for a long time, these extra myonuclei don't necessarily disappear. They seem to stick around.
Oh, wow. Okay, so they're dormant, but still there.
Pretty much. And the research strongly suggests that's a big reason why if you start training again after a break, you regain strength much, much faster than someone starting from zero.
Right, because the command centers are already in place, waiting to be reactivated, kind of.
Precisely. The framework is there. Your body doesn't have to build it all from scratch again. It makes the whole rebuilding process way more efficient.
And we're talking like significant breaks here, months, years even.
Yeah, the evidence points to effects lasting months, potentially even years. People really do often bounce back quicker.
So it's not just mind over matter or like remembering the technique. There's a real physical, biological advantage baked in.
Absolutely. It's a genuine adaptation your body has made and retained.
That's fascinating. Okay, so that's the muscle tissue itself. But you mentioned this goes broader.
It does. We need to think beyond just the muscle cells and consider what some people call a more general body memory.
Body memory,
Yeah.
like how stress shows up in your shoulders or something.
Exactly like that. Think about it, your posture, how you breathe, that baseline tension level. Your nervous system learns and remembers patterns associated with experiences.
Okay, yeah.
So it holds on to memories of stress, sure, but also potentially memories of calm, of strength, of feeling capable. It's less about conscious recall and more about a felt sense, an embodied knowledge.
Right, it's stored in the system itself, not just in your brain's memory banks.
Precisely. And if you think about it positively, this means that doing healthy things consistently, like, say, regular walks or mindful breathing or stretching, can actually build up a kind of, well, a body-based memory of feeling good.
Ah, so you're sort of training your physiology to default to a state of well-being.
You could definitely see it that way. Your system starts to associate those actions with positive states, making them feel more natural, more accessible over time.
And this isn't just theory, right? I mean, think about people you know or even yourself.
Mhm.
Have you ever gone back to something physical after a long break and been kind of surprised?
Oh, totally. We hear stories all the time. Like someone used to run marathons years ago, stops completely, then starts jogging again. And okay, the first few runs might feel awful, obviously, but often their cardio fitness and leg strength come back much faster than you'd expect for a total newbie.
Right, faster than if they'd never run before.
Exactly. Or someone recovering from an injury doing strength training, that base they built before. It often means they get back to their previous level much more smoothly.
Okay, so this is actually really important for anyone listening who feels like they're starting over, maybe after being unwell or dealing with mental health stuff or just, life getting in the way.
Absolutely. The message here is take heart. Your body likely holds a memory of that previous fitness or state of well-being.
You're not really starting from absolute zero. It's more like you're reconnecting with something, tapping back into that blueprint.
Beautifully put. You're reconnecting. And this links to another key point. Progress isn't always linear, is it?
Oh gosh, no. definitely not. Setbacks happen, plateaus happen.
Right. But knowing about this memory, both the muscle kind and the broader body kind, well, it reframes those setbacks a bit, doesn't it? It's like this underlying mechanism that's always there, ready to help you find your way back.
It's like an inherent bounce back factor.
Exactly. And things get even more interesting when we start talking about epigenetics, which is a newer area of research.
Epigenetics.
Right.
Okay, that's about how genes get expressed, right?
Okay.
Not changing the genes themselves, but how they're used.
Precisely. So the idea is that your past experiences, including exercise, can leave these little molecular marks or tags on your DNA.
Like bookmarks.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. Bookmarks that tell your cells how to behave based on past events. So this emerging concept of epigenetic memory suggests that if you exercise regularly in the past,
Uh-huh.
those bookmarks might still be there. And when you start exercising again, your cells might remember those past instructions and adapt more quickly this time around.
Whoa, so the cells themselves have a memory trace.
That's the thinking, yeah. It really emphasizes how dynamic our bodies are, constantly learning and adapting from our experiences, even at this incredibly fine-grained level.
And it also makes you think about rest and recovery differently then.
Absolutely. Recovery isn't just doing nothing. It's when a lot of this adaptation and, you could say, memory consolidation actually happens. The body is processing and learning even when you're resting.
Okay, so pulling all these threads together, what's the main thing you want people to take away from this?
I think the core message is that this muscle memory or body memory is a real tangible asset. It's proof that health and fitness aren't just fleeting things. They're built through patterns that your body genuinely stores.
Right. It's not just wishful thinking. It's physiological. It's physically embedded in the muscles, the nervous system, maybe even down to those epigenetic marks.
Exactly. It's in the physical you.
So that's quite a powerful thought, isn't it?
It really is. So maybe as you go about your day, you could consider how even small things you do consistently.
Like that short walk or just a few deep breaths.
Yeah, exactly. The small actions are all contributing layer by layer to this amazing, resilient body memory of well-being and capability over your lifetime.
That's a fantastic perspective to hold on to. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What personal experiences pop into your mind when you think about your own body adapting and, well, remembering? Definitely something to mull over.